how's it going, everyone? It's Mika again, and I'm here with one of my most favorite people in the whole world. And this is my other favorite person in the whole world. This is Levi, and this is Jakki.
Hi.
So, I just wanted to ask you, do you have any sort of names that you prefer other than Jakki?
Not really. That's
No,
it.
that's
I'm
it?
pretty simple.
Okay.
Jakki is good.
I wanted to firstly ask you where you grew up, where it all started.
Where it all started. So I grew up in Toowoomba. I lived in the same house my whole life from when I was born till I left home about 18, and I moved to Brisbane to go to university.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What uni did you go to?
I went to UQ, University of Queensland.
It's a good one.
It was a good one.
And when did God come into your life? Was it from when you were little, growing up with your family, or was it later?
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like I've always been aware that there is a God, and I think part of that is when I was young, my family did go to church and we read Bible stories and things. But then I think there's been some key moments throughout my life where I've experienced God in a more tangible kind of a way. And I think probably the most significant one was when I was 10, just going through some really tough times, and that's when I started first reading the Bible. But then probably it wasn't really until I got to university and started regularly connecting with the church and reading my Bible properly that I really understood.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is there any particular Bible verse that stands out to you more than others? Like, do you have a favorite, or is there just one that's just like, you're like, wow, that's amazing?
There's lots, but probably one that stands out that tends to come up more frequently is in Matthew somewhere. It's just fallen out of my brain. I think it's in Matthew 10:29-ish. And it's the one where it talks about, are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny, yet not one of them will fall to the ground apart from your Father. And even the very hairs on your head are all numbered, so don't worry, you are worth more than many sparrows. That one's come up frequently for me. I think it just talks about our value and the value with which God views us and views me in particular. And I think that's been a real source of hope and comfort a number of times.
That's amazing. What about you, Levi? Do you have any favorite Bible verse?
I quite like Daniel at the moment. It just inspires me how God's saved people from being burnt, being eaten, and it shows me how God's always with us, no matter what. And I've learned the Bible since I was born.
Yes. I know you have, and that's amazing. And you guys may not know this, but we're going through Daniel at the moment at Salt Church, which is the church I go to. I'll put the link in the bio for the YouTube channel. And we're up to getting towards the end. Hey,
Daniel. It's a good book, isn't it?
It's a good book. You should check it out.
Very good.
So I was also just wondering, is there anyone who's like spoken anything over your life that's just changed it drastically in any way whatsoever? Whether it's just like, I don't know, like a one-word sentence or one word or whatever.
I think there's been a couple. I've been really fortunate. Do you have a thought? Do you?
No, I just know a moment where you told me that something amazing has happened to you.
What moment's that?
Where your hip got evened up.
Ah,
You used to have a wonky donkey hip. But
I did have a wonky donkey hip.
But this dude prayed for you and your hip evened up.
You did. That was a cool story, wasn't it? I think I've been really privileged. There's been a handful of people who've just spoken wisdom that has kind of stuck. I think one of my favourite little pieces of advice I was given early in my adult years, my early adult season, was, it's not biblical advice, but it's good advice. It's if something is worth doing, it's worth doing it badly.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Really?
And it stuck with me because so often we're afraid of trying something because we won't be perfect at it straight away. But if it's worth doing, it's worth doing it badly. And we don't learn to be
Okay.
good at something unless we have a crack and see what happens.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. I
So-
have been doing that with this, so
You're doing great. I love it.
thank you.
Yeah.
Is there anything you wanted to share? That's kind of all I had.
That's all you had?
Yeah.
I just think you're doing a great job. So
Stop
proud of
it.
you. Did you have something, did you?
Has something you want to say, Levi?
There's been this time where I was having trouble in school with people who've been bullying me in prep. And I prayed for myself actually, and the next day they stopped, and now they've stopped bullying everyone.
That's amazing.
And
That's an awesome story, though.
and it's just amazing. And
Do you think God spoke to them in some way?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing.
yeah, it's cool how God does things.
God listens.
Yeah.
When we just have easy, simple faith, He listens to us because He cares, doesn't He?
Even when you don't say a word, He knows what you're gonna say.
Hmm.
So He stops the issue that's happening.
That's amazing. And did you feel God speak to you when that happened?
No, there's also another time that God's done amazing things to me as well.
Yeah.
I was on my swing set at our old house, and God gave me a vision of angels going all the way down the street, starting at our house
Wow.
and guarding all of the houses.
And how did that make you feel?
Scared
Scared?
and worried a little bit, but I got to, I realized that it's God. And the very first one at our house that started at our house had a flaming sword.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That would be scary.
That is a bit scary.
Did you stay scared or did your
No.
feelings change?
My feelings changed, and since that moment, that house felt much safer to me, and it cleared out. It felt less empty.
So it was with that angel came a sort of peace that you felt? Yeah. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing, Levi. That's
Good
awesome.
stories, babe.
Thank you for sharing, Jackie.
My pleasure.
And that's all I'm going to do for today. I wanted to say thank you very, very much to Jackie.
Pleasure.
And I will put her YouTube, Instagram, everything in the below because I think you should just check her out, talk to her. She's amazing. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Nice to meet
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
I've done a
Bye.
video.